You searching for something, but you need to understand that you're lost, brother. That you got to come back to this. This is what you got to ultimately come back to. Okay, so do you understand what we're bringing out?
I understand we're bringing out a lot of history that hasn't been spoken of.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, what right now do you relate to any of this history? Do you feel that this happened to you or as a people, your fathers? Is this something that you learned in school that happened to you?
I can break something down to you. I'm a prodigal son right now.
You're a prodigal son. What does that mean?
I have lost my way, but I'm trying to find my way back.
Okay. But what does that mean? You lost your way from what? You lost your way from your home?
I lost my way from Christ.
Oh, from Christ. Okay. So what must you do then now that do you understand what you must do to come back? Like, what have you been doing is what I'm trying to figure out.
What I've been doing, I just been getting back into my word.
You getting back into the word. Okay. All right.
Getting back to just having a conversation.
Okay. So how are you speaking to him?
I don't even want him just like I'm speaking to me and you.
Oh, just like me and you.
I talk to him just like this.
Give me.
He doesn't
Give me
judge.
chapter 9. So.
He's not a person to judge.
Okay. Oh, he's not.
No,
Oh, so.
He's not judgmental. He gives us his grace and his mercy, and that's all I ask for indeed.
Okay, so is there anything in the Bible that says that? What have you read so far since you've been talking to God directly that says that?
What have I read?
Yeah.
I can say I've been
John.
right now. I am on
Right.
Isaiah chapter 2 right now. I just been reading from back to front.
Okay. Okay, let's see what God says then. Read that.
John chapter 9 verse 31.
Bring it out.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners. But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
You understand that? Okay, read it again because I want to make sure that that makes sense to you. Let it resonate. Read it again.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
People that got a personal relationship with him.
God heareth not sinners.
Smoking cigarettes.
God heareth not sinners.
Keeping the commandments. Not keeping the commandments.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
So, if you in the midst of sin, bro, what I'm trying to explain to you is that God's not going to hear you.
Right.
God is not listening to your prayers. You don't have a one-on-one with God. He's not dealing with you in that manner, okay? What must you do? Give me Psalms 19 and verse 7. This is something that you must do in order for God to actually start to hear you, though. All right, so I'm going to give you a little something to where you can take with you. All right, read that.
Psalm chapter 19 verse 7.
Bring it out.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
So it's saying that this law right here is the perfection. If you keep in these laws, yes, you can be perfect in the Lord in these laws. It's not saying that we're perfect by no means, but the laws are perfect. So if you keep in the laws, guess what that make you? Perfect. Read.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
You know what it means to convert something? Because I know we speak in terms and stuff. I want to make sure that you understand it with me. What does it mean to convert? Huh?
Like you're converting to that.
Okay. Well, kind of, sort of, but you're changing. You're changing. If I convert, you ever heard of, they just use a word that's called like converts, right? People like the Jewish people in Israel right now, right? They're converts, right? That's certain things that they've converted into something. That doesn't mean that they're the real people, of course, but they've converted in something. Convertible changes into from one car to another thing, right? Okay, how you doing, bro, man? What's your name? Don't go nowhere, man. Hold on, I'm still there. Danny, you got any questions? We going over right now what we got to do to get saved, okay? Keep listening. Keep listening. Read.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So it makes wise the simple. Give me Isaiah chapter 1 and verse, was it 3? Making wise the simple. The Lord calls us simple, right? So you got to think about that for a second. What's being simple meaning? Simple-minded. Is that intelligent or not intelligent? It's not intelligent, of course. Let's see what the Lord says right here. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
So we about to get a comparison of two animals. You familiar with the ox, right? Okay, all praises, read.
And the ass is...
Okay, hold on, because we just read what some people gonna say, oh, you using cuss words in the Bible. But you know what an ass is? What's an ass? A donkey, that's right. So an ass is a donkey. So he's giving us two animals, an ox and an ass. All right, read.
And the ass his master's crib.
So it says the ass even knows where his master's home is. Keep reading.
But Israel doth not know. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider.
So what he's trying to say is Israel, the people on this sign right here, the 12 tribes of Israel, they do not know. We are the lost people. We are that's why they call us the lost tribes of Israel, because we don't know who we are. So what you said earlier resonates 100%. You searching for something, but you need to understand that you're lost, brother, that you got to come back to this. This is what you got to ultimately come back to, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, according to the Bible. According to the Bible. Because you don't know. Give me John chapter 4:22. Because you don't know right now anything. You say you're talking to a God, but you don't know how to serve your God. You don't know what God to talk to. And I'm going to show you real quick right here what you're doing. Read.
John chapter 4 verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
So, my fault. Read it again from the top.
Ye worship, ye know not what.
So, the Bible says that you worship, but you don't know what you worship. Okay, read.
We know
what we worship. That's why you see these brothers out here standing strong for the Lord. Read.
We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Oh, the salvation that we're looking for is only of the Jews. Not those Amalekites that you see in Jerusalem right now. Okay? The Khazars and so forth that you see in Jerusalem right now. It's for the Jews. Yep, keep reading. That's it, go back. So we know that the Lord doesn't hear us. Matter of fact, give me Exodus, give me Numbers chapter 15 and verse 35. Because I want to show you something too, bro, because this is some of the things that we got to do in order for the Lord to hear us. So we know you got to convert your spirit, you got to convert your soul, you got to come back to serve the Lord, all right? All right, read that.
Numbers chapter 15 verse 38.
Oh, some of the things that we don't know as a people that we even got a dress code. It's some things I can look at you right now and tell, when you look at these brothers around you that's behind you and so forth, you can look at them just if they were walking down the street and you can say, okay, hold on, wait a minute, these brothers look different. Something looks different about them compared to me, right? Now, if we was going to say that which side of the fence one was on opposed to the other, you can look at that visually and you can see it, opposed to yourself. And now what I'm about to give you right now is something that's going to show you one thing that we got to do as Israelites, that we have a dress code. We have dietary laws. We got things that we got to start keeping that come back into the Lord. So read that.
Numbers chapter 15 verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
So one thing that you're going to see unanimous across all these scriptures is he's speaking into the children of Israel. The Israelites, according to the Bible. Read.
And bid them.
Do you know what bid means? Bid means command them, to command the children of Israel. Read.
That they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So when you look in the borders of each person's garment, you're going to see fringes down here, right? These fringes are symbolic for something. Keep reading.
Throughout their generations.
So throughout all generations, we still generating today, right? In the year 2025, right? Okay, keep reading.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So when you look down at these fringes, you'll see a ribbon of blue. This blue ribbon and these fringes are what we should be having at the borders of our garments throughout our generations, our children, our children's children, yourself as well. Okay, it's going to explain what it's for. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
And do them. So we're going to remember the commandments of the Lord and do them. We're going to remember the commandments of the Lord and do them. All right? That's something that we got to keep in mind what we're supposed to be doing. So when you see these brothers with fringes, this is how you know who's really serving the Lord. This is how you know who's actually trying to build that relationship with the Lord, to keep the commandments, to convert. This starts with conversion, brother. This is not some overnight. It can be, because we're supposed to make haste, but this is something that you have to do in order to start to cross over to that other side.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.